Hi, welcome to Math Dive in 5, first grade teachers. This is all about place value understanding. So before we get started, just pause the video real quick and try this task. And while you are trying it, try to consider your students and how you think your students might answer this question. In kindergarten, students learn how to subitize numbers to 10 as well as make different combinations of 10. So take a look at these numbers here. And how many cookies do you see? Most likely you are pretty quickly able to see 16, and that is because the arrangement is familiar, right? So when you look at these, you know 5, 10, 15, and one more, rather than the cookies being all over the place. The organization matters. So in first grade, when we're wanting to understand 10ness, we're going beyond being able to make a 10 to taking 10 and making a 10. And this may seem pretty simple to us, but it's actually a pretty complex concept for students to tackle. In first grade, we are going to be really focusing on counting by groups of 10 and then some more. So for example, here is the picture from the task that you did. Maybe you counted them all, maybe you found a group of 10. We want our students to be able to organize their thinking so that they can see 10 quickly. So by using the 10 frame, I'm able to see, okay, that's 10, and that's 5, and that's one more. And I'm able to quickly count up to 16. And because I can quickly identify 10, that helps with my fluency. So I know we get questions a lot about why we use 10 frames, and the 10 frame is a visual tool to help us be able to see 10 quickly. We also want to consider when we're using tools like this, what do they represent? So if we're using counters and the problem is about cookies, always referring back to the cookies or the books or whatever the problem is about if you're using a story problem. So moving forward, we also want our first graders to understand two-digit numbers as groups of tens and some more, or groups of tens and ones. So for example, understanding that the two-digit number 16 is made of 1 10 and 6 ones. We want our students to take their understanding of the 10 frame and connect it to the 10 rod. So I'm going to take the 10 frame, now I'm representing it with 1 10 instead of 10 ones. We also want first graders to be able to compose and decompose two-digit numbers in more than one way. So for example, the number 26. A student could start by regrouping one of the tens and have 1 10 and 16 ones, because that is the same as 26. They may also decide to regroup both of the tens and end up with 2 10s and 6 ones. And this idea of being able to regroup numbers in multiple ways is very important for them moving up all the way through 5th grade. And then moving forward, thinking about in 2nd grade, they are going to need to be able to use these skills that they learn first to read and write numbers up through 1,000 in standard form, expanded form, and word form. And then they'll also be working with composing and decomposing numbers in multiple ways up through 3 digits. So knowing that you have a variety of ability levels in your classroom, consider what students' strategies are and allow them to use strategies that are making sense to them. So don't rush quickly to the abstract. Focus on trying to make connections instead. So if you have students who are still using the blocks, help them make connections to a drawing. Or if you have students who are continuing to just use drawings, ask them if they could write a number to match the drawing, right? Always trying to help them make connections, but starting with what they understand.